You tell I'm in on the bottom bunk here.
Very nice, very nice. So how's training trip going?
So far, so good. We've had, as far as I know, I was actually I did a Walmart run with a couple of the coaches last night, but the day before there was only two minor injuries, scraped
Okay.
knees and a jammed finger. But the
Ooh,
finger was, I think, okay. Like he was able to row. So,
okay.
yep, that was
Yeah.
it. So knock on wood, I got wood right here. Everything else is going well. The weather is definitely much better than it is at home. I hear it's pretty miserable up north,
Oh my
and
gosh. Yeah.
I
It's just
feel,
snowing every
yeah,
day. It's awful. Yeah.
every day. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
what Chris said. He was having to clean it every single day. And then we lost power at home, not here. Couple nights ago, but Chris got had to get called out for work. So Keegan was home, and then I sent him ended up he went to the neighbor's house, and I'm glad because the power went out right after that. So
That's
yeah,
funny.
so it's
Oh,
been like it's chilly, I'm not gonna lie. It's not tropical by any means, It's I think 38 this morning. And then it's supposed to get up to 50, I think.
yeah.
And today it should be okay. We've had some wind, but still able to go out. Lots of sun, so see lots of red faces this morning.
Mhm.
Yep. So but
Yeah.
everything's good other than that. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for you guys to be a training trip. Like the biggest rule of training trip is sunblock. It
Yeah, I
always is
know.
sunblock because like you get
Yep.
out there and it's just like the reflection from the water and
Hmm.
um the other thing that hadn't really thought about was like how bad the reflection of the from the water is for your eyes. I
Mm.
was talking to somebody who had had to have cataract surgery because of the damage from the sun from rowing and not wearing
Oh, wow.
sunglasses. And so
Hmm.
it's a big deal. So I always thought
Sure.
of like the people who wear sunglasses all the time. I'm like, oh, it's so ridiculous. Like I wear mine like if I
Hmm.
feel like there's going to be glare because I steer a lot, but
Yeah.
it's really super important
Yeah.
for not only your eye health, but
Mhm.
just your general health overall because the your vision is extremely important. So
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get like a nice pair of
Hmm.
sunglasses that I can fit over my glasses because like
Yeah.
otherwise I have to get prescription. And the
Hmm.
set of sunglasses that I have are prescription sunglasses, but they're not like the anti-reflectal kind of glasses that a lot
Hmm.
of people wear when they're rowing. But it's super important. It's like just as
Yeah.
important as sunscreen, especially if you're out there a lot rowing,
Yeah.
you have to put those glasses on to protect your eyes. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I was out there yesterday. I did not, well, my hat, I was out on the water with one of the coaches. My hat flew off in a gust and we were able to save it. So please try it out. And then I also had sunglasses. But yeah, there's been definitely some kids that probably haven't been wearing their sunblock and
Mhm.
probably should be wearing sunglasses. So that's a good point. So this is our
Yeah.
little, maybe we can get sponsored by Oakley or something.
I know, I know. We'll have to. There's a lot of different rowing sunglass companies out there. So, or
There
who
is.
kind
Yeah.
of yeah, they specialize in it too. So, yeah, maybe we can get a sponsorship and try some different glasses out. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then maybe get some for your team. We have, you know how everybody wants to have like the same gear, so everybody having the
Yeah.
same sunglasses. I know it always everybody always looks so cool when they have those sunglasses on, just like, like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a rower, getting out there kind of thing. But it's it's more than fashion. Who knew?
Hmm. That was one of the reasons I was super excited about getting LASIK. So I got LASIK a few summers ago,
Mhm.
and that was when I was starting to get back into the single and or just rowing in general. And I was wearing my glasses a lot at the time, and having to turn around and then lose that peripheral vision
Yeah,
because
the little
you're
space
going
in
like this for a
between.
second and you can't really see that far.
Hmm.
So I was really happy to have that and then just be able to wear like normal sunglasses because I actually do have a pair and now I'm kind of stuck with them that are prescription Nike
Hmm.
sunglasses I had like leftover health savings account at the end of the year and I ended up spending it on those and then I got
Yeah.
LASIK the next year. So Replace the lenses maybe one day, but.
Yeah, yeah, that's always
Mhm.
an option. So what types of things are the kids working on at this point? How many times have you guys been out on the water? Because just for reference, today is Tuesday. So
Mhm.
you guys arrived which day?
So we left Clifton Park at 5:45 in the morning. Well, the bus probably pulled out at 6 in the morning on Saturday.
Uh,
And then we got in at about, I think it was about 11 o'clock at night. We rolled into the camp. We had, I think, maybe three stops total, three or four, two, if there were two bigger ones where they got to get out and like get lunch and that sort of thing. And then in the dinner. And then there were two maybe other stops for just like a short break. And then they rode. So then, yeah, so Sunday was the first day, and it felt like the longest day ever. It was downpouring while they were trying to rig the boats. They got most of it rigged, and then it just started to downpour. And yeah, so that was kind of like before breakfast. Okay, so this is
mhm.
telling me my internet's unstable. So hopefully just give me some kind of indication if you
Yeah,
lose me.
I can still hear your audio, so you're doing fine. The video
Okay.
is it has stopped but restarted. So you're good. You're
Weird.
good.
Okay. But yeah, so they got out on the water probably once on Sunday, and then they're pretty much going to do twice a day. They go out a little longer, so I think they used to do 3 a days, like before each meal they would go out. But now, because it's so cold in the morning, they
Mm,
try and not go out super
super early.
early and then just go out longer for their two times. And then there's just a lot of like volleyball. They did a basketball tournament yesterday. The camp actually runs those kinds of activities at nighttime for the
Oh,
kids.
oh, that's
So, which
awesome.
is neat, you know. Yeah. So, they're just mostly working on, they try and get all the kids out, and obviously not everybody, like, it's not always going to be like a make sense kind of like racing lineup, right?
Yes.
So they
Yeah.
mix them up a lot. Like they'll put some of the varsity girls and the boys together. There's like a lot of ninth grade boys, so they they mix them in kind of with the younger girls sometimes, or they'll just do smaller boats and doing a lot of technique work. And yeah, they're right now learning how to row really well in the wind. So yeah, that's
That's
good.
a great skill to have. It's a good
Yep.
one to put into your pocket, knowing exactly how to kind of manage that blade and
Yep.
making sure that you're not letting it get away from you, as you're on the recovery. So yeah, cool
Hmm.
stuff. And so, like as far as how many boats did you guys bring down?
Yeah.
Like how much
So
did you
we
trailer?
Yeah, so we come down and we share a trailer with Burn Hills. Like we're down here with Burn Hills, but we're two separate teams, really. I mean, we're spending all the time together when we're not on the water, though. But so they share. Like the coaches came up with this plan, so they know ahead of time what the lineups are, what boats they're using, and then some of the equipment is most. I say most of the equipment is pretty much shared.
Mhm.
So they have like eights that they take turns. So I think we have two eights and none of the newer equipment. Like it's definitely like, something
Mhm.
that
Be too
you're not going
stressed
to
out.
need the fast stuff down here
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah.
Like they're saving that and keeping that safe up north. But they have two eights, probably three or four quads.
Oh wow.
Um, again, three or four doubles. I think they brought three singles, and then one of the coaches brought his single down.
Okay.
Um, and then the quads, they kind of bounce back and forth. Sometimes they have like a couple coxed that they can use as Cox squads. So I
Mhm.
think totally we have between the two teams, we have three coxswains. So Burn Hills has one coxswain, and then we have two Shen coxswains that are here. So they kind of like mix up. Sometimes, like yesterday, it was a quad and we changed it to a four. So even
Oh
if they're
wow.
doing a quad, they'll get the coxswains out in the Cox quad.
Oh nice.
Um, yeah,
Cox
I think
squad
that's it.
sounds.
I think got it. I mean, I didn't count, but I'm pretty sure that's what we have. But yeah, so it's been kind of fun to see the different groups going out and, the armadas of boats at a time.
That's always so fun. And do you guys
Yeah.
rent launches or do you bring your own or how does that work?
So we bring our motors and then they have boats down here. So we use their
Oh,
boats.
okay.
Yeah,
All
and we
right.
got five of them. So we have three coaches. Burnhills has two. So each coach has their own. Some of them are having a hard time keeping up with the boats.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think they're heavier launches and the motors are,
Yeah, sometimes the horsepower, if it doesn't match up quite right, you're just kind of
yeah.
like full throttle and that's like,
Yep.
Been there and done that. It's like, slow
Mhm.
down up there, you guys. Go back to pairs, please. Go back to pairs, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
wow.
it's been fun for, like there's a lot of, there's the newer coxswain. So the two that have been down here before and one who's this is her first time down here.
Hmm.
And lots of new bow steering people doing that some of them have experience and some are new. And navigating the water because it's not a river where you go one way or another. Like there's like this the main section of the area that we're in, which is only part of Lake Marion. And then
Hmm.
each of the big section has its own little like creek areas that you can go down, even though they're just like, little offshoots. And it's not, you can't always see them, right? You're like
Yeah.
approaching them and you just have to trust, like as you get closer to this one landmark, it's going to keep going around that corner, but you can't really tell. So it's kind of funny. And it's, again, it's what do you use to kind of steer and like use as your, your point and
Mhm.
different kids use different things because they're like, I think I'm going this way, but they're supposed to be going this way. It's just it's a lot different than when you're used to a river.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When you're on the open water, like it's like, like what are you using as your reference? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's gotta be a challenge. It's a different type of steering because
Yeah.
otherwise your boat's just kind of wandering all over the place. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. And so I had another question. Oh, what kind of docks? Wooden or bubble?
Oh, yeah, so they're ooh, that's a good question. I don't know what you would call them. I think we have some of these. So at our boathouse at home, we have, the nice wooden docks that float, and
Hmm.
they're at the right height and they have the rubber
Yeah.
bumper on the side. But then we
Oh,
also have like removable docks. I don't know, like they're just more portable, I guess. I
yeah.
think so Burn Hills kind of owns the boathouse and the docks. And then Shen purchased these extra docks. So as like the teams kind of work together on regattas and stuff, and then I think before they merged together for certain seasons, Shen was running their own race and they would move these docks upstream. They were a lot easier to move than the Burnt Hills wooden ones.
Yeah.
So they're like those. They're a composite, they're not bubble docks, but
Yeah.
they're, like almost like a Trex decking kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But
We have a set
yeah,
of those. Like it's like the brand they have at Genesee Waterways is the AccuDock. So
yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah.
it's like a metal frame with floaters and then like Trex decking that goes across the whole thing.
Mm,
They
yeah.
don't that is super heavy. The one that they have at
Oh, okay.
the
Well, it might
Waterway
not be
Center
that
is really heavy.
then.
And
Mm-mm.
they have to use a crane from the university to get it in and out. Like you can't, I mean, I guess you could use people, but it would just be next to impossible. So, um,
Yeah, so it's not that because it's definitely we've had that like the kids will move sections together.
oh,
It's
okay.
it's
Oh,
it's light. It looks the same as the ones that we have at home. But the wooden ones at home, we have a crane that we get a guy that comes there and takes it out. So I will find out the name of it though, because it's a very nice dock, works very well. And then they have, some metal ramps that just bring them down. But they've got a bunch of different boat docks here because this place is it's not just used for rowing, but it's ideal for rowing. And in
mhm.
the springtime, they definitely get more like college crews that come down and use it. But the guy that kind of runs the programs was talking to me and he was asking, do a lot of New York State schools get this week off? because he would love to get more teams down there. It is kind of nice when you have the place to yourself, but it's also kind of nice when you have other people and, you
Mhm.
can race and you can,
Race, yeah.
do the off times together and just hang out together. So, there's plenty of dock space. There's plenty of dorms. I mean, they just kind of spread them out. There's different options. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
also let
ideal. So if you're looking
oh,
at finding a place for the winter, and maybe you don't have like the funds to go down to Florida like Narden, you were talking about that one of those times.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking tropical temperatures, but let me tell you, there's no snow.
Mm.
The water's not iced over. Like it's actually pretty good for rowing. Right? The
What do you
kids
think
are.
the water temperature is right now down there?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I could find out, but yeah.
It
I,
probably
I
doesn't cool off as much as our water here. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
might, I would assume the water's probably warmer than the air still. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I would say so. Yeah, it's not too bad. I know one of the coaches dropped her phone in the water, so I'll
Oh
have to ask
no.
her.
That's always the worst.
But
Like, well, the water weight eats your phone. Like, that's like,
yeah,
oh my gosh. Like, and
yeah,
especially because if you don't have a floating case or like where it's just like gone, like that's awful. Yeah.
yeah. My guess is I didn't know this, but I'm guessing she did it near the dock because it's pretty shallow there, so she was probably able to just
Oh,
get it
she was
out.
able to rescue it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the worst is like when it's like in your pocket and the launch cuts off and you go to pull and like
Hmm.
it hasn't happened to me, but it happened to one of the newer coaches on our team and like
Hmm.
she was pulling to get the launch started back up and pulled hard enough that her phone like flew out of her pocket and into the water and that was it. Like there was no rescuing it because as soon as it
Yeah.
falls in the Genesee, you can't see it at all. So,
No.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Are the
Yeah.
kids having fun? Are
Yeah.
they super excited or are they tired already?
There was definitely, like I said this morning, like Hannah looked really tired. A lot of the other kids looked pretty beat. And they're sharing rooms like so our boys, we have 20 boys down here.
Oh wow.
But every other group, there's only like the girls, there's 8 Shen girls, I think, and then there's 7 Burnt Hills boys and 7 Burnt Hills girls. So
Mm.
like they're all in their own rooms according to that. So the Shen boys, there's 20 of them in one room. So that
Wow.
one must really be interesting. And I think, it's got to be hard to get a full night's sleep when you got that many people in your room. It
Yeah.
probably doesn't smell great. That's my guess. I had to buy towels for 2 of them last night that they just got this morning, and
Oh
we're
wow.
on day 3 now. Yeah, so.
They didn't have a towel? Oh my gosh.
Did not have a towel, but we did hear that they were basically saying no shower until Tuesday. That was the goal, regardless of if they had a towel or not. Like they were gonna hold out till Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. Ah,
You know.
high school boys. You
Hmm.
don't ever know what's kind of going on in their minds. They've got their own ideas about things. Oh my goodness. Oh, I
Yep.
mean, yeah, you guys are gonna get so much like momentum and
Hmm.
like the kids spending all this time together. Like it's such a great team building and like
Yeah.
and the kids are going to remember this forever. I mean, we still remember our
Yeah.
training trips and
Yeah.
like, like the bumming around, the rowing,
Hmm.
the going to the store and picking up what you need and then
Yeah.
just like bonding as a team. Like you can't beat it. Like
Yeah.
it's such a great way to to really bring everybody together and to also bring you guys ahead of the game because you're
Hmm.
getting some of this rowing in before you head back home.
Yeah,
Like it just,
definitely. Yeah, and you say, creating memories. 3 of the coaches that are down here were rowers at Burn Hills and came down
oh,
here as rowers. Um, I've been down here earlier, but never as a rower with the team. And I definitely remember. I remember, the chaperone coaches side of the stories for some of they're a little bit younger than when I was coming down here as a coach, but but yeah, so it's fun to hear them reminisce about the things that they remember, like the talent shows they had and, certain food that the cafeteria would serve that they don't serve anymore, just little things
Mhm.
like that. So yeah, they hopefully it will stick with them for many years and they're really it's fun to see them all interacting together and having fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So will you guys at the end of the week, will you do like a little like in-house mini scrimmage
Yep.
or okay.
Yeah, so way back when it was just Burn Hills coming down here, they used to do what they called the crocodile row. And that was because we used to, as a team, stop at south of the border.
Okay.
Down if
Yeah.
you've ever heard it,
Yeah. Yeah.
like this cheap little place to stop for souvenirs and food and stuff like that. And one of the kids bought this crocodile, like a toy plastic crocodile, not like stuffed, like a hard
Mhm.
plastic one.
Yeah.
And then they had like a hat race where you put your name in a hat and they pull the names and they just make mixed boats.
Hmm.
And then so they used to put the lineups inside the crocodile each year that won. So the idea was be that it would be this long going like crocodile stuffed with lineups of winners.
Hmm.
Um, so nobody, first of all, knows where the crocodile is right now, although the one coach is pretty sure it's still in the boathouse, but it's been torn apart. So the lineups are long gone. But now they just, because they're now mixing in Shen as part of this, they do like an like they do the similar thing. I don't think they call it the crocodile race anymore, but they have the captains, one captain from each team basically is the team leader. And then
Hmm.
they put all different kinds of lineups together for different types of boats. So each team has somebody they've picked for a single, double, quad, and then eight.
Okay.
And then they race it that way, and you get different points for different boats. And yeah, so it's kind of fun because the kids have to put the lineups together, like the captains have to put the lineups together. I don't know how they pick who's on which team. Can't remember that part, but putting the lineups together is another part of the strategy, right? Because like you can make one boat really fast, but it might be at the expense of the others. Do you spread people out? Like that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to navigate that.
See what the strategy is, what the captain
Mhm.
thinks that they want to do. That's really fun. And like it gives them an
Yeah.
opportunity to play coach for a minute and to kind of
Mhm.
like, mix things up. And oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that. I love that. Because it kind of stays in the spirit of like training trip that we're all learning. And not that this is like,
Mhm.
it's not like we're training for the Olympics and we have to have like the end lineup for these sprints at the end of the week. But it's like
Yeah.
after all that, like the collaboration, the kids getting to know each other and then having that captain pick out who they think will be successful in those little races. I think that's amazing. That's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You guys are having so
Yeah.
much fun down there. I
Well,
love
it
it.
is Tuesday, so I can always check in at the end and see how it's going then and the long drive
We'll
home.
see the
But
we'll see the final verdict when we chat
yeah.
again next week.
Yeah.
How it all evened out because there's always a little bit of traveling or spring trip drama. So hopefully the drama will be
Yeah.
very very small and it won't
We are
won't
Yeah,
affect
we are trying to
everyone.
go to Charleston tomorrow. That's on the plan for tomorrow, but that's like the biggest day where it's going to rain all day. So that might make things interesting, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you have like the best weather for the rest of the week. We're kind of rolling up on the last couple minutes here.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on like next week? What should we chat about? What should we tease everyone on? I think we still have we're working on our guests, right?
Yeah, we're just trying to nail down some times for our guests. So stay tuned for that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so for next week, I don't know, I'd love to hear more about what your place is turning into, if there's been any progress with that, your
Okay.
new gym,
Yeah,
and
couple
maybe
ideas and
maybe we
things
could do a little
going.
more. Okay, maybe we
Okay,
could
go
poke
ahead.
around a little bit more on what UB's up to, and we'll see
Yeah.
what we got from there.
Yeah, I will send a note out to the guy from West Side and see if he can point me in another direction for, chatting with someone about what's going on with UB, because he had some ideas about what was going to happen in the spring, that there might be like a open house type of event that will happen this spring. So
Mhm.
maybe I'll try to see if I can get the date on that, you know.
Sure.
And then
Oh, and
go ahead.
go ahead. I was gonna say we got Instagram up for
Oh
the pod.
yeah. Yeah.
So we'll try. One of my fellow rowers that rows with me said she's much more of a visual person, so I don't know if um she likes to see more things. I think she does listen, and I think she watches us on Spotify, but maybe we can do more with the Instagram, like posting things. I tried that this week based on what we talked about on the Mondays pod, like sharing different things we talk about, sharing resources, making
Yes.
sure Camp Bob gets some love, and like, your page gets some love and all that. So we can
Yeah.
continue to do that. I did share UB rowing, although I don't think anybody's really active on there, but maybe if they get some more followers, they will get on there and start sharing some more information. So yeah.
Yeah. Sounds amazing. So we'll catch up at another
Yep.
time. And thanks everybody for listening. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Follow us. It's at Rowing Friends Pods,
Mm-hmm.
right? Rowing Friends
Odd. Yep.
Pod. No S on
Yes.
pods, just pod, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
at Rowing on the Square. You're at
At
college.
College Advising by Kate.
Yep. And yeah, we'll keep everything going. I'll try to put up a reel or two about our episodes. Maybe I'll pull like little snippets out of the episodes. I can make little clips and make them into reels, and we can get those up on our channel too, or on the Instagram. That would be really cool.
Sounds good. All right,
All
everybody,
right.
take care.
Take care. Have a great rest of the week. Stay safe. Lots of sunshine. No rain for you guys, and safe travels back.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Take care.